there. Welcome back to the Clutch 3 podcast. Today we're going to be discussing our early predictions for the NFL awards winners. We'll be starting out with Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I'll tell you my pick is Cam Akers, and my sleeper is Justin Jefferson.
My pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year is Joe Burrow, and my dark horse or sleeper is Jalen Reagor.
My pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year is also Joe Burrow, but my sleeper is CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. Yeah, Burrow, I think that's he's probably the favorite here. He's on a pretty solid offense, I would say. He was the number one pick, so you're going to want to pick him. But one interesting fact, in the last 7 years, the only two quarterbacks won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and it was Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott. So it's not always like as far as team value goes. It's not like the MVP where they're going to pick a quarterback every season. And another thing, the last 5 Bengals first-round picks got injured their first year.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if you're superstitious, you don't want to pick Burrow. But yeah, he's probably the favorite. I would say
Tua's up there.
Cam Akers.
For me, it was between Tua and Joe.
Yeah. I already told you in our fantasy running back rankings episode that I really like Cam Akers as a player. And I think that he's probably going to get most of the carries with the Rams.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But for me, just Jalen Reagor, the joke, the Eagles don't have any wide receivers. I feel like he's definitely going to be the main target for Wentz or Hurts or whoever's throwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see if he's going to immediately have production.
He's definitely going to be their wide receiver one, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know if he can produce right away in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
But if he does, I feel like he's going to take off.
Yeah, he definitely is talented. He's fast. He's a good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, I had Justin Jefferson as my sleeper. I just think he can really fill the role that Diggs had, and because he's kind of a similar player. They're both really good route runners, and I think that he really should fit well with Cousins.
Yeah, he does fit good in that offense. That was a really good pick.
Yeah, it was a tough pick for me between Jefferson and Reagor, but I went with Reagor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to say?
Ryan, who was your sleeper?
CeeDee Lamb.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. They'll need too much of an explanation for that.
Any of the top 4 or 5 receivers, even including Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers, I feel like I need them.
It's hard for a receiver to get, it's always running backs and quarterbacks, it feels like. A lot of times.
We got a strong class though this year.
Yeah, we do. So.
It looks like we're moving on to Defensive Rookie of the Year now.
Oh yeah.
My pick, I wanted to be different here, but I just went with Chase Young because he's in a good situation with Kerrigan on the other side, and he's probably the best player in the draft until proven otherwise. My sleeper, I've got AJ Epinesa.
All right, I went a little bit different. I was thinking about Chase Young and Jeff Okudah, but I went with a third option in Isaiah Simmons. And my sleeper might upset some people, but it's Kyle Duggar from the Patriots.
Of course it is.
So my Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young. It's hard to go against it. And then my sleeper, a little biased here, but Yeturgis Maltos, I guess. I really like the guy, so give him a sleeper.
I was thinking about him for a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I picked Epinesa because he's he was actually one of the favorites, the third favorite at plus 1100 odds until he fell to the second round to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really talented, but the problem is they have Mario Addison, Jerry Hughes, and Trent Murphy at defensive end, so he could struggle to see playing time immediately.
Mhm.
But I think if he does, he can really take off.
Yeah.
Where was your thought for Kyle Duggar?
I feel like he's in a very good situation. He's playing in definitely one of the top three, maybe top defense in the league. And it's Belichick. He'll make someone like Kyle Duggar that can play multiple positions. He'll fit him in seamlessly, and he'll play like Tyrann Mathieu, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's also why I
I
went
can
with
see
Isaiah
that.
Simmons. I really like those hybrid players that are coming up now.
Yeah. The thing about Simmons is that he might need time to develop because he won't just be able to get off on athleticism in the NFL, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's still obviously a great athlete, should be a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Another person I was thinking about was Patrick Queen, just because of the front seven he's already in. Just adding,
Yeah.
it's just going to make that monster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was I think he was my number one linebacker coming out of the draft. He was a beast.
Yeah.
Anything else to say?
No, not really. On
I don't think
defense.
so.
All right. So we're going to Offensive Player of the Year, and I had Saquon as my Offensive Player of the Year, and my sleeper is Matt Stafford.
I went with Lamar Jackson as my offensive player of the year. And my sleeper was originally Matthew Stafford, but I changed it to Derrick Henry.
That's crazy you say Derrick Henry because my offensive player of the year is actually Derrick Henry. And my sleeper is like Aaron Rodgers, I'm guessing. Just like somebody that might have a chip on their shoulder and might actually have a shot to do something. If it's hard to say.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason that I had Barkley is just because I think he's such a great athlete and a great player.
For sure.
And really, before he got injured last year, people were talking about him as the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
So I think that he'll be able to come back at that level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say, though, I think Henry's probably not the worst pick either, just because he's maybe the most dominant player in the league.
I mean,
And also,
so
his
much.
usage rate is up there. Like, it's definitely up there.
Yeah, he's so dominant, and if they're winning a game and he gets the ball a lot, he can really
Yeah.
And
Could
plus,
easily
really do
You could
plus
just have
when they look
200-yard games here and there.
when they look for
Yeah.
offensive player of the year, it's guys like him that lead offenses to championships, and obviously that was shown this past postseason.
Yeah, maybe.
Running backs, and I'll make the joke. I also took one in Lamar Jackson. But
Wow. Well, I think we're moving on to Defensive Player of the Year then.
Yep.
And if you ask the Bears fan page who I was debating on Instagram today, it's Eddie Jackson, but I'm going to say that it's TJ Watt. And my sleeper is Josh Allen from the Jaguars.
I went a little bit with the previous winner. I went with Aaron Donald, and my sleeper is Marlon Humphrey.
Interesting.
I went with Cam Jordan, and
Oh my god!
and my sleeper is Nick Bosa.
It should be the other way around.
Cam Jordan's a tank, man. I love that guy.
Well,
Just because
yeah.
you love a player doesn't mean he's one of the
And listen,
best defensive players in
Listen,
the
he had some really good hot games last year.
He wasn't even in the conversation, though. If he was on the Redskins or someone else, you wouldn't have even known his name. But anyway, I've got TJ Watt as my Defensive Player of the Year because I think he's on a really good defense.
Yeah.
He had 8 forced fumbles and 14.5 sacks last year, and he had 36 QB hits. So he's a pretty dominant
Yeah.
guy. And then Josh Allen is a guy I really like. Out of the Kentucky guy from last year's draft. He had 10.5 sacks last year as a rookie, which tied Joey Bosa's mark as a rookie.
Mhm.
So I think that he can really take off, and he'll get more playing time too.
Yeah.
For me, I went with Aaron Donald just because I feel like with Depoy, it's kind of the same as in the NBA. It always kind of goes to the big man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
defensive lineman.
Pop-
And
Yeah.
Donald's won it at least, I think, at least 2 times in the past. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a great player.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
dominant.
Marlon Humphrey, like, I feel like he's definitely a solid one, but I mean, nobody expected the season that Gilmore had, and I feel like he might be able to pull out back-to-back seasons for cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if I was picking a Ravens defensive back, it would probably be Marcus Peters.
I was,
But
yeah, I had a tough choice deciding between those two, but
Yeah.
yeah, both I
he's more
think
used to the system.
yeah, both should have really good years though.
Yeah.
Moving on to comeback player of the year.
Ooh.
My pick is Derwin James, who he was first team All Pro as a rookie, which is pretty much unheard of. And he had 105 tackles that year as a safety. That's pretty crazy. And my sleeper is Nick Foles because 2
Yeah.
years ago Trubisky had success in the Bears offense, and Foles has shown that he can be at least an above average quarterback. So it's kind of a long shot, but I think he's got a chance.
Yeah.
For me, I might be a little biased here, but for a guy that didn't have any receptions and
It's Gronkowski, I know it.
Yup, it is Rob Gronkowski from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ugh.
And my sleeper is a guy that was suspended until week 7 last year, Mr. Kareem Hunt.
Oh my.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, I was looking at the odds this morning on the gambling odds for comeback player of the year, and I just knew you were gonna take Gronk.
Yeah. I mean, you do that to 3 tight end set.
Yeah.
But he's definitely the best tight end in that set, and I feel like that's like playing Evans, Godwin with a running back, and Gronk. I feel like that's not going to be beat by anything.
Yeah, we'll
but
see
is
about that. Week 1, baby. Breeze beats Brady. Front cover.
Ryan, what were your picks?
Oh yeah. So my comeback picks were Aaron Rodgers and then Big Ben.
Aaron,
Who was the second one?
Big Ben.
Hold on, Aaron Rodgers is a
as
comeback?
comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
You know, I think Patrick Mahomes is my comeback player of the year this year.
Let's just rename comeback player of the year to MVP. And
I mean, it's not like he didn't have a great season. You know what I mean?
but it's still like the comeback player of the year is for someone that had a very down year.
Yeah,
and
like
is expected to make like a complete turnaround.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So yeah.
With an okay season.
Ben is Ben's that was apt though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Big Ben was a good choice, but Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
And
the
then
Steelers,
I did have a pick. I did have a third one there, Kareem Hunt.
Okay.
So I did have.
I don't know about Hunt though. I don't know about Hunt because they have so many mouths to feed in that offense, and obviously Nick Chubb, he's still there, so it's gonna be tough for him to get the ball a lot. But
Even if Kareem Hunt like returns to his Kansas City Chief form, he could challenge Nick Chubb for the number 1 spot.
yeah, I mean I could see if Kareem Hunt's at his best, I could see 50-50, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he can take.
I'm not saying take. I'm definitely saying like get more than what people are thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, we're moving pretty quickly here. I've got Andy Reid as my coach of the year. I think that he's got the best team and he's one of the best coaches in the league, so that should probably be the favorite. But my sleeper is Brian Flores of the Dolphins because
That's a good one.
yeah, they had such a great free agency. and they actually finished the year 5-4 last year, so
Yeah,
they've at least shown that they can win games. So
yeah.
Yeah.
My coach, I think you should know who it is, Mr. Bill
Oh
Belichick.
my.
If they win the AFC East and they make it at least to the make it through the divisional round, I feel like he's definitely like for proving that he doesn't need Brady. I feel like he's definitely going to be definitely top 3 for that. But if that doesn't happen, I think a sleeper could be Sean McVay. Uh, if he manages to turn around Jared Goff back to what we saw a few years ago when they made it to the Super Bowl. We just know he's a mastermind, and
yeah, I mean, I would say Belichick. The odds are against him this year, but yeah,
oh yeah,
he's a great coach, and I think that Brady is a great quarterback, but he wouldn't have done what he did as far as championships without Belichick.
oh yeah,
But
Yeah.
yeah, I can if they make the playoffs and maybe win a playoff game, I can see that. Sean McVay, though, I really don't think that's going to be a good team with the Rams. If I'm going to be honest with you,
Yeah.
they've got a tough division, and Goff may or may not be a starting caliber quarterback. He's really been getting worse and worse as he's gone along. So I don't know about Sean McVay.
I'm just high on the Rams. We'll just have to see.
So my coach of the year is Bruce Arians.
That's a good pick.
I think all the heads are going to be turning if they do something big, like everybody's hoping, and they're going to be like, "Wow, he's a really good head coach." But it also doesn't help that he has all the talent in the world. And then, Josh, you're going to love this. My sleeper is Bill Belichick. I think he's, got a shot at winning it too, but I don't think as good as the odds as some of the ones at the top.
Yeah, I'd say
I see.
Arians is a good pick, I think, because that's going to be probably I would think the most improved team.
Mm-hmm.
They just have so much going for them after this offseason.
And he's such a smart coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach even without all of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything about your boy Sean Payton.
I know.
But with the people who are voting, like him just going out and talking everything about Bounty Gate and everything else that he's talking about, he's definitely not making friends with the media. With other guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's always kind of been a douche, though.
He's been an outspoken person, but he's definitely shown it.
Yeah.
Just like Daryl Morey.
Hey, I'm going to say it again. Week 1. Bye, Brady. Welcome to NFC South.
I don't know my prediction.
What's your prediction?
Big time win for the Bucks.
You think so? In the Superdome, that place is going to be packed.
The Vikings won the Superdome.
You had to throw it up in my face.
You didn't have to do them like that, Jaden.
I'm just saying, man. I really think it's going to be welcome to NFC South.
Yeah, you are just saying.
That's only a few hour drive away from Tampa Bay.
Team that has choked 3 years in the playoffs, but
they're a regular season dynasty.
And they're a regular season juggernaut. Their stars most of their stars are really young.
I'm going for that 14-2 season.
And then missing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, as long as the Vikings don't make the playoffs, you guys should be golden.
The Rams.
All right. We should probably move on to MVP. And I've got, for the second time, Patrick Mahomes. I just think he's the best player in the league. Probably should once again be a great team. And obviously he's already shown that he can put up ungodly numbers. My sleeper, you guys are definitely not going to like this, but it's Josh Allen from the Bills. Great dual threat. He added Diggs, and I think his team will be a lot better, which should help him with the odds of getting the award.
What's up with you and the name Josh Allen?
I know. I was about to say, if your name's Josh Allen, I believe in you. But seriously, though, I really like both of these guys.
Yeah.
I think that they're really going to break out this year.
Yeah.
For me, I had the same pick as Jaden. I had Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's the best player in the league. I think he's the best player on the best team. I'd have to give the best player in the league to Lamar Jackson, just because I love my dual threat QBs. But
Josh Allen, though.
Your running back.
yeah, my running back. But yeah, Mahomes just do whatever he wants, basically. And my sleeper, Ryan's gonna like this. Aaron Rodgers. He's got a chip on his shoulder, and this is a quarterback's award. If he goes out and him and Devontae Adams just blow everyone out of the water, he could definitely run Mahomes for his money.
So I got MVP pick. I agree with both of you. I said it back when we did the fantasy that I think Pat Mahomes is going to come back and take the top of it over Lamar Jackson. And then MVP, I wouldn't say I guess I'm a little biased, but I got to say Breeze or Wilson. Breeze more of a sleeper because he's had a shot at winning it, and he's been up there to the top odds, but it's kind of dropped down that he's gotten older. But, same thing with Aaron Rodgers. It's always a possibility.
Well, I mean, yeah, it seems like a lot of the times the quarterbacks on the teams that win a lot are the ones who get the award lately. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Lamar was great last year, Mahomes was great 2 years ago, but usually
Mhm.
they won't give it to a guy on a bad team. So yeah, I'd say Breeze and Wilson and maybe Rodgers, as long as the Packers don't fall off
Yeah.
this year. The only thing is, in today's league, a lot of great teams aren't lasting. So I think you
That's
got to be careful with guys like Rodgers because their team kind of came out of nowhere. They had a few down years and they got a new coach. So the second year coaches usually can have trouble.
Yeah. It's
But
hard to say.
yeah, I like those picks though.
all right. So here's the one that we didn't talk about before we started recording. Who's your pick for winning the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Oh man. Well, out of the AFC, I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs again. I think that that's probably still the best team, but the Ravens should be better, but I don't know if Lamar Jackson can perform in the playoffs. And I'm not just saying that. I would love to see him succeed.
That's proven. His game against the Chargers 2 years ago.
Yeah, both times he's been in the playoffs, hasn't been good, but I mean, I'm rooting for him. Hopefully he does well, but
yeah.
I just don't see a running quarterback like that taking a team to the Super Bowl. And from the NFC though, I think it's wide open, honestly.
Yeah, there's definitely 3 or 4 teams that could make it.
Yeah, I think that the 49ers are going to fall off this year, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like their chances because great defenses are usually hard to sustain.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Forrest Buckner.
Yeah, look at the Jaguars. They were like an elite unit a few years ago. Then the next year,
Yeah.
top 10 pick. So,
Yeah.
and I think they have similarities. Like they're a running team. They don't necessarily have a great quarterback. Sorry to those who love Jimmy Garoppolo, but I don't think that he's necessarily the answer for them.
Yeah.
I would say the Vikings are. I think we've got the NFC North, if I'm going to be honest. But Super Bowl is pretty hard to imagine for me.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be honest, I think I got Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness.
I'm buying into the hype big time on them. I just think all they needed was a quarterback who wouldn't turn the ball over. Because
quarterback that had some LASIK done.
yeah, Winston had 35 turnovers, and even if you think Brady's beyond his prime, which he probably is,
He's still Brady.
yeah, he's not going to throw 30 interceptions, and they actually have a solid defensive front seven at least.
Yeah.
So I think that they're one of the most complete teams in the league, and they might have the best offense in the league, honestly. So I think I got between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. Um, I guess I'll go with the Bucks.
Oh
Ooh,
my!
ooh,
I don't know if I want to pick the Chiefs twice in a row.
I gotta
yeah.
say, for me, it would have to be. I mean, Pat Mahomes.
Saints.
No, we just talked about Pat Mahomes. Like I'm talking about AFC. We just talked about Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, and I really can't doubt that they're going to. I don't know. I say Chiefs in the AFC, and then I would have to say. This, I know you guys are gonna pick on me. The Saints in the NFC. And I only say this because I really do think the Saints have a true shot at beating the Bucks. Only because the Bucks, I don't think their defense is all that.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I got the Bucks winning that division, and it's not just because I hate the Saints. I think they actually had the number one run defense last year. I mean, obviously they played in a lot of shootouts, but
Yeah.
I I really I really believe in the front seven of that defense. They're loaded.
September 13th can't come quick enough.
Yeah.
That'll be. I will definitely be watching that game.
So
But for me, AFC. Unlike you guys, I think I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. Uh, their defense just is unmatched. I feel like um between them and the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are gonna make it back again. I feel like you need a better quarterback, and it hurts for me to say this, than Jimmy Garoppolo. Maybe if they went out and got maybe Cam Newton, maybe those two could combine to make a push. But NFC, uh, I think it's between the Saints and possibly if the Cowboys get their stuff figured out, they could make a push.
I think it's Saints and Bucks all day.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are a good sleeper team, though. I mean, obviously, they are always a little overhyped because they're such a popular team, but they really have the pieces they need.
And they have a new coach. Like nobody, I don't really know Mike McCarthy's system, but I feel like it's whatever it is, it's better than Jason Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett really didn't bring out the best in his team, I don't think.
No, he definitely downplayed Dak Prescott. I feel like.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy loves his running back, so
Yeah.
and his quarterback.
This is gonna be a really good season.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
tough right now, especially
America's
especially
gonna
with a
want sports
17.
back.
Yeah, 17 playoff too. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. How does that work? Is it
One team gets a bye.
One
first,
team gets a
and then
bye.
2 and 7, 3 and 6, and 4 and 5?
Yeah, I'm not sure how the schedule's gonna work out. I guess they're gonna have 3 games per day. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'll say though, I wonder if they'll stagger some of the games or not, because you might just see them like they don't want to do a game at 11 in the morning or noon and just have 2 at night or something. I don't know.
I mean, I'm thinking they're gonna do. I think this is what they're actually gonna do. I think like there's Wild Card Saturday, or there's usually 2 games each day, one on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna do 3 games on each of those days. And here on the Eastern side, they're gonna do 1 o'clock, 4:25, and 8.
Yeah, I hope they do that because I really don't like some of the late games, especially being on the East Coast, because you can really be up late if you watch.
Oh yeah, you can easily be up until 1 watching the football.
Yeah.
That's what I did for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it went till 1. There's
Yeah.
definitely.
It was like midnight at least.
Oh yeah. Oh, it definitely goes past midnight.
And even Sunday Night Football, and you have school next day, it's like 11:30.
Boy, yeah, I'm walking to school every day. Hey, you know what happened in the game last night? Look it up on Instagram, wherever I can find it.
Oh, speaking of Instagram, I got a question for you guys that for some reason this Bears fan page was fighting me so hard on it. He thought that Eddie Jackson was better than both Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris. So, what are your thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
He was acting like I was so stupid for saying Smith and Harris were better, but they were the top two pro football focused they're the best ranked safeties, and he's like, that's a meaningless stat.
Honest
And
pro.
yeah,
I'm not hating on Harrison Smith or Anthony Harris, but do you really trust Pro Football Focus?
I didn't say that was the only reason. That's based on efficiency though. But then he proceeded to bring up defensive touchdowns. He said he was the highest paid safety, and he was only a fourth round pick. Wow, but
Yeah.
I I just
I
need to
don't
say,
think. I think there's other safeties even out there that are better than Eddie Jackson.
Yeah.
yeah, I just need to stay out of the comment section.
Yeah, you're getting yourself in trouble.
Yeah, I got to get our page with more followers, not less.
Well, with that being said, guys, thanks for listening tonight. We hope you enjoyed, and we have something to look forward to now to see if these picks are going to be right and who's the most correct at the end of the season with their picks. So.
Heck yeah, see you guys later.